The COVID-19 pandemic has upended the conventional paradigms of our existence. One of these paradigms is related to how we work. The application fast economy and the digitization that was occurring over the past few years got accelerated when the pandemic hit. HR professionals are now gearing up for another challenging year as COVID-19 continues to alter how we work. Though it has been a tremendously challenging year for all of us, there still have been certain positive developments in our work patterns, as flexibility and well being of employees became the utmost priority for organizations, placed ahead of unfettered productivity. As we enter the new decade, we have so many powerful tools and technologies at our disposal. Armed with these, companies are looking at ways to carry forward the changes brought in by 2020 and turn them into positive ways of working. However, organizations also need to brace for the remote employee burnout due to longer working hours in a remote environment and as the boundaries between personal and work life are blurring. Indeed, organizations need to look closely at employee stress management, from making well being a part of organizational culture to even using technologies such as AI to manage employee burnout. We have an eminent guest with us to take the HR challenges arising due to the pandemic head on and share with us few of the best practices to build an inclusive and motivated organizational environment. Please welcome Dr. Vishwanath Joshi, Chief People Officer, Hexaware Technologies. At Hexaware, he offers strategic direction to all the people, processes, and programs and aligns them to a high growth business environment. Hi, Dr. Vishwanath. I welcome you on behalf of the audience at this fireside chat on future of work, seamless employee experience.
Thank you so much, Kalpana. Happy to be here.
Our pleasure. Dr. Vishwanath, many of the organizations have adopted a remote work environment and many have implemented a hybrid approach due to the ongoing pandemic. However, employees are facing issues like burnout, disengagement, and productivity while working from home. So, what are the challenges you see in the terms of employee experience and productivity in the work from home or the hybrid work environment?
Indeed, it's been a test of time for many organizations, including Hexaware. And more importantly, I would say it's been a test of leadership in these organizations. Based on what we have experienced last a little over a year, I see that there are some challenges which are coming our way. And as organizations, as professionals, as HR professionals, we must be prepared for it. Particularly, I see three types of challenges or three areas of challenges as a result of this changing norms. One is people are going to get disconnected from the purpose of the organization. They are working alone at home, distributed across the geographies, and therefore there is a risk that this lack of interaction and socialization and continuous communication is likely to disconnect them from the very purpose of the organization. That's one challenge that I see coming up. We are already now seeing that journey from disengagement to departure has speeded up. As in the last 1.5 to 2 months, we are experiencing hectic activity in the industry, a lot of people moving jobs because that disengagement now is bearing on the people and their departure has become evident. And obviously, when you lose good talent, when you bleed talent, the organization loses, the customers lose. So that's a second challenge that I see coming up. And third, which I think is very important that we bear in mind, it may not be as visible, but if we don't do much about this situation and take it lying down, then I suspect that eventually people will settle down to doing the minimum in the organization. Yeah? All this productivity enhancement, etc., which happened last year is all going to drop like a stone, and people are going to settle down to doing like a 9 to 5, do what is told kind of a mindset, which can be very dangerous for organizations and professionals going forward. So these are the three particular challenges. Ultimately, again, like I said, if we are not prepared for it, if we don't strengthen our ability to deal with these situations, then I suspect there will be a mediocrity in performance and mediocrity in the culture of the organization as a result of this burnout, stress, disengagement that the situation is causing right now.
Absolutely. So, what are a few of the measures that you're taking care at Hexaware to deal with this situation?
Yes, yeah. So Hexaware, of course, is no different than other organizations because we are all faced with the same situation. But what Hexaware did, a few things to start with, were very interesting, and I think we are seeing the benefit of some of those initiatives last few months. When we began in this situation, I remember a call from my CEO saying that the most important and of course the topmost priority for the organization is going to be employee health. Of course, on the other side, we were looking at how do we protect our business, how do we comfort our customers, how do we logistically prepare for this situation, etc. But the most important element that was highlighted was how do we take care of our people? How do we ensure that they continue to remain healthy, safe, and of course engaged and motivated? So there are several initiatives that we started as an organization. I think we would have started them anyway, but this pandemic kind of speeded up the process and catalyzed this whole set of initiatives. I remember my first address to my employees, 20,000 of them, and the first address was about the antidote to virus at Hexaware, which we called trust. Because the most essential element that we believed will continue to bind Hexavarians together is that the organization trusts them and they trust the organization. So the first message in the culture of the organization was we should trust each other. We are in it together. And we reflected that trust in a variety of forms. One, in the way we established a series of information sharing channels. See, I'm more likely to distrust you. You are more likely to distrust me if I don't have the required information. So we said nothing at Hexaware that matters to people is going to be in strategy documents and in minds of the leaders and people. We established forums to share this information in a very open and transparent manner. One such forum that we established is what we call Leadership Lantern. It was a series of sessions with leaders. They continue even today after a year and a half. Leadership Lantern literally means leaders who are with Lantern. Nobody has answers, right? Nobody knows what's going to happen. But at least a little bit of Lantern that if I can carry as a leader in the organization and show the way can actually help build that trust. The second thing that we said is we don't want people to get disconnected from even the topmost leaders in the organization. So we started a forum called Coffee with Keech. Our CEO is fondly called Keech, and Coffee with Keech became an amazing forum where a lot of ideas came in, and we acted on those ideas and made some very significant changes in our ways of working. So that's the second thing that we did. Third, we said, look, this pandemic can have a very significant negative impact on the mindsets and psychology of the people. So the best way to do or deal with the situation is connect the families of our employees. So through a series of well-designed fun events, but which also had the underlying message of engagement, we also connected not just with employees, but also their families. So there was something that we ran called Work from Home series, where people actually took photographs of their experiences working from home. They designed their home like office, they decorated their desks, etc., etc. And it actually gave new energy to people when they posted those pictures on our intranet and people commented, congratulated them. So all this, like I kept saying throughout this time, that the social distancing should not lead to emotional distancing. So what we really tried to do is to share information, connect the leaders to the ground, and make sure that there is continued energy and fun in the organization in the way we work. So along with this, we also started what is called the FIT project, FIT. We called it Fighting It Together. Right now, as we speak, leaders are launching health habits or healthy habits for people to really adopt. We this week have how important is consumption of 3 to 4 liters of water for our health. We also got experts from different fields to talk to employees We have an amazing counseling partner who help us deal with some of the possible, mental health issues when people can reach out. So all these initiatives are geared towards what we defined as a primary priority, which is the health of the employees. And that's really how we started at Hexaware, our journey of being prepared for this long haul pandemic situation.
That's quite interesting and exciting also.
Yeah.
Okay, so as productivity challenges may affect the overall business outcomes, what are your suggestions to measure and improve productivity in the hybrid work environment?
We thought about this, and again, Kalpana, I must confess, we don't have answers to all these things right now, but we are experimenting with a few things. So let me share with you what we are experimenting with. So there are three areas that we are working on. Okay, it's still work in progress. I cannot claim that we have arrived there yet, but there are three areas. One, we are looking at how do we connect employees through technology solutions so that people can continue to collaborate and work together. So that's one area of investment that we have made. Again, maybe 3 years down the line, we would have made that investment anyway, but this pandemic situation in a way has brought this as a priority item for us. So the objective of these technology investments that we are making, we are, for example, looking at how do we create a more connected, more aligned performance management system. So we have just invested in a very robust performance management system and promoting that, because that's actually going to help us stay connected in the organization. So technology tools which are basically helping us share information with ease. Yeah, we also have a chatbot based uh, tool which actually reaches out to employees and have a conversation. That chatbot directly works with me as a CPO and represents me in reaching out to employees. So that's one technology or some technology solutions that we are investing in. The second thing that we are investing in, and a part of my earlier response covered that, is investment in culture. So there are two things that we did. One, even in the pandemic, we said, here is a promise that we are making to you as Hexaware, and we called it an employee value proposition. So we launched our employee value proposition to comfort our employees that despite the difficult times, learning and growth will not stop at Hexaware. That's our promise as a part of our employee value proposition. And I believe that investment in building a strong, people-centric, transparent culture is a very, very important aspect of dealing with and improving the productivity. Third is a enhanced role of leadership in the organization and leadership that connects with the organization. So last year, we actually had 120% coverage of employees in different communication forums. And remember, we're talking about an organization that is globally spread. So we actually formed small groups of people whom we call location captains, who enabled information sharing in the most remote locations where Hexawarians work at different client sites. So if I have to, in a way, summarize, where is Hexaware investing in? Hexaware is investing in three areas to improve the productivity and continue to keep the productivity and the morale high. One, technology-based solutions, which can ease information sharing. Second, culture of trust and transparency. And third, a connecting leadership through different forums. These are three ways by which we believe we'll be able to deal with the situation as it stands now, and God forbid if it gets worse, then we are better prepared.
Yeah, so you talked about technology implementing performance management, performance measurement, and chatbots. So, will you like to highlight who all are the technology partners? I mean, how did
Yes.
you evaluate it, and how was the project being implemented?
Sure, definitely. So our technology partners for performance management is SAP. We just invested in an SAP SuccessFactors software, and we are calling that an ACE software, ACE. ACE stands for aligned, because the objective is to align the entire organization and make sure that there is a single direction in which we are moving. So ensuring that the goals get cascaded well. So aligned. C stands for continuous, because again, when we are in office, it's very easy to quickly get and give feedback in a socializing process, right? But if we are spread and working remotely, then that feedback exchange becomes that much more difficult. So we wanted this system to be continuous, which means it's not going to be a traditional system where somebody opens a link and somebody closes the link. There's an opportunity to give and receive feedback wherever you are at whatever time zones you work without any constraints. And the third one is making it employee driven. Employee driven for the simple reason that we believe that the owners of the career in any organization are employees themselves. In fact, Hexaware has a program called Own Your Game, which is a continuous message to employees saying, you own your game at Hexaware. You own your performance, you own your career, you own your communication, you own the quality of projects that you do. So, we are collaborating with SAP to make sure that this system is implemented. On a chatbot, we actually went through again, that's a work in progress, I must tell you, but we are considering a couple of options where a chatbot reaches out to employees on certain milestones and have a conversation and help us highlight another very important aspect of what I believe is going to be a preparedness, which is to get authentic data on employee sentiments. And that data must help us make the right decisions rather than just depending on intuition. So these chatbots, right now, it's not signed up, so I may not be able to share with you, but we are looking at some very good products which are customizable and which can help us reach employees, understand their sentiments, and ensure that we use that data in a very active manner to focus our efforts on employee engagement and employee experience.
So how can businesses address challenges arising from design or procedural changes as well as cultural changes in the new hybrid work environment?
One element that I'm working with my leadership team on at Hexaware is how do we build an involved, inclusive workplace where people have a voice and that voice is brought to the table whenever we are making important business decisions. So the chatbot that I talked about, plus of course, Hexaware religiously for last 5 years has been working with a consulting partner called Great Place to Work. And every year we do what is called Empower Survey. It is actually called Employee Power. And it's an exhaustive survey that helps us understand on key parameters what are employees thinking and feeling. So last year, what we did was something interesting. We actually took this data back to employees and involved them in the process of action planning to act on that data. And this year's survey, 68% employees are telling me we have become a listening organization, that we do something with the feedback that we take from employees. So my mantra for it is employee involvement and employee empowerment. I think that is where the answers are. And that's exactly what at Hexaware we are trying to do, to make sure that it's not only a group of people arriving at answers to questions, but get feedback, get the voice of employees, make them a part of the journey, and then magic will happen. And we are seeing some magic happen at Hexaware on employee engagement on this.
Exactly, having a two-way communication.
Absolutely.
Right.
You got it, Kalpana. Very true.
Right. So as many of the organizations were not equipped with the solutions and tools for the work from home environment, this impacted the overall employee experience. What are the tools and solutions which are essential for delivering seamless digital employee experience?
Mhm. So, well, I wish I could give you an exhaustive list, but there are two or three things that I can see happening in the industry now. One, authentic information. Yeah. So all the tools like the surveys, like the softwares that actually help us collect information from different sources at different points in time to make decisions. That's one tool or one process that I see can be very important in dealing with this situation. Of course, this cannot be done unless the organization moves from a very traditional, conventional way of collecting information to a more digital runtime continuous information collection. So today I can't say I will collect information on 1st of January and keep acting on it. Yeah, the pandemic has put all that out of the window, right? So one is continuous collection of authentic information as one process or one tool, whichever way you do that, through digitization. At Hexaware, we started a program called Digitizing Hexaware, where we said that no matter where you are, at whatever level you operate, you must have information at your fingertips, because that information is empowering and you can use that information to make better quality decisions. So that's one aspect of it. Second is, a part of this preparedness will also come from ensuring that there are small groups of people working on specific problems. Like, for example, today we have what we call a talent cohort. A talent cohort is a group of senior, mid-senior people who are like advisors in the organization to pick up what are the talent management challenges coming out of this pandemic situation and advise the organization on what to do with it, because no one person can know it all, right? No one person can do it all. So how do we leverage the power of collaboration across the organization and come up with solutions, come up with creative solutions to the problems? So that's the second aspect of, if you call it a tool, then it is actually a tool for better working. And third is, of course, ensuring that there is continuous communication in the organization. Again, the tools of communication have changed. Today, we use Microsoft Teams extensively for collaborating. At any given point in time, I have 5,000 to 6,000 Hexavarians attending a session or a talk or an address by the CEO or senior leaders, and across different time zones. So we need some of these investments in collaborative communication tools so that we can continue to reach out to our people. When they are in office, it's easy. You just get people on the floor and talk to them for 15 minutes or do like a floor walk, but it's not possible right now. So some of these collaboration tools can be significantly useful in continuing to connect the organization in a virtual environment.
Right. How important is the role of workplace analytics in improving employee productivity and digital dexterity?
Now, analytics, of course, is a very vast subject, but when I think about it, and the way we have approached it, uh, like any other organization, Hexaware also has a lot of dashboards and information sharing processes. There are account level meetings. We use BI dashboard very extensively. People kind of take information that they need for a variety of purposes.
How do you see the future of work planning out over the next few years?
If I have to think hard on this, there are four areas that I feel, Kalpana, are going to really shape the future of work. Okay, and I can say this definitely for myself and what I see at Hexaware, but just generally when I see outside, I feel that this is as true. One, people are now going to look for more and more. They're going to look for work that matters. Yeah. Therefore, the work that they do, they want it to be impactful. They want it to be purpose driven. They want to make a difference. Yeah. It doesn't really matter at what level I operate or which culture I am in, but everybody wants that their work should matter. And I think that's going to become more and more crucial going forward with what this pandemic has taught us. So I don't think any of these are Western concepts anymore. We are becoming as modern in our work styles as the West, maybe sometimes in some areas even more than the West.
Things are evolving.
Absolutely, very fast evolving, and boundarylessness, I think, is going to be very crucial aspect of future of work.
Thanks, Dr. Vishwanath, and that's really an interesting and thought-provoking fireside chat. Indeed, organizations should strike the balance between empowerment and control, centralization and delegation, and the number of desired levels in organization.
Absolutely.
Leaders can use the opportunity to question existing structures, rethink the effectiveness of operating models, and break down organizational silos and barriers between teams. So, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Kalpana. It was a pleasure being a part of this session, and it was amazing experience for me too. Thank you.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.